back in those times, everybody went and everybody did their part. We didn't burn draft cards and those kind of things back then. You just did what you needed to do, and some of them didn't come back. And, that's just the way it was. You were proud of them for what they did. He went down to the Plow Islands, and it's, that's doesn't pin it down very good.
When Pat called, I told him, I said, my husband and I just wanted you to know his dad went down on September 1st between Palau and Karora, and that's where he stopped me. And then he said, and the pilot was, and he told me information that we didn't even know. And goosebumps. I still get goosebumps talking about it.
You go through all your entire life, never really expecting to know any more than you did when you were 6 years old. I think everybody on that plane got a letter that was the same thing that said, plane went down, 3 parachutes opened up, Japanese came out and got them. We don't know who they are, but they weren't your relatives. So nobody knew who got off the plane. Until I met Pat Scanlon, I didn't know who had gotten off the plane.
Those parachutes probably were the cause of a great deal of torment for the family members of all of the crew of the B-24, because if you know it's an 11-member crew, you see 3 parachutes, well, whose parachutes were they?
Tommy had very little connection with his dad. His mother didn't speak of his father much. If you asked her a pointed question, when he went down, when they got married, she would answer that.
I know that she had at least one opportunity to get married. I know there was a guy that wanted to marry her. And I don't know whether it was just that she never thought she could love somebody else, or if deep down there was that lingering hope that maybe someday he was going to show up. I really don't know. It's one of those things she didn't talk about a lot.
We've had all of the letters that she had written to him, that he had written back to her. Can be a pretty nosy person, I guess, and I started reading the letters. And see, there's 2 layers. This one is from New Guinea, August 31st, 1944, the day before the flight. Dear Precious, just a few lines for you. I love you too much to sleep without saying goodnight. Didn't hear from you or any of the folks, but I expect tomorrow will bring me several. Sweet, my mind is nearly a blank tonight, for I am all took up with thoughts of you and home, and maybe it won't be too long until the day when I will be home and we will be together again. With your arms around me, I can forget all of this and settle down to spending years with you. Sweet darling, tomorrow is a busy day, and I have to get up early, so I'll stop for tonight, and tomorrow I'll do better. But you know I love you with all of my heart, and will for always. Tell the folks hello, and write as often as you can. Good night, sweetheart. With all of my love, Jimmie. You have to think that if there'd been any way that he could have gotten home, he would have come home.
So, I thought it's a rock or something, but it's not the rock, it's huge and long. So when I got there, it's a tail and the body. What a lucky day!
10 years. 10 years? Yes. It makes all those days of diving in silty water, and
I'd pay that price.
I'd pay that price again. Damn right.
That was just like a, you know, a dream come true that wasn't ever going to, you know. Somebody's out there found this thing, you know, 60 years later.
We just bit the bullet and pulled out the credit card and went.
They decided I wasn't very good, but I was good enough they'd take me anyway, so that afternoon we dove on the plane, so. Joe just grabbed hold of me and held on, and I kind of went wherever he told me to. Needless to say, I was more interested in the tail section. He was a tail gunner. There was a hole sort of under the bottom, and I tried to get in as far as I could, and one time Joe pulls me out. He says, "You can't go any further." And to think that after all these years and all of not knowing, I may be within 10 or 15 feet of where he died. And to touch the plane that he died in, and to think that probably right over there somewhere were his remains, and that's pretty, I don't know what the word is, but it grabs your old heart and twists it in knots, I'll tell you that. And we had a little conversation. Nobody else's business, but we had a little conversation in there. And I don't know how to describe it except that it's like we made contact. It's like I got to say some things to my dad that I'd never said before. I don't like that closure word. It's like you close it and forget it to me, but it's answered a lot of questions. Just want to do all the DNA and make sure we know what we think we know.
I develop a relationship with the people I'm searching for, and I talk to them all the time. Many, many times when we're searching and we're frustrated, I'll look out over the boat into the water, or I'll look down the hill in the jungle, and I'll just say, I just want you to know we're looking for you. And we're going to do everything we can to find you. They shall not grow old as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them.